Hello YouTube and YouTube subscribers. Today I'm going to be doing a species profile of sorts on the betta fish. This is Betta splendens, also known as the Siamese fine fish. And technically speaking, it should be called the Siamese fine fish as opposed to betta, since betta is actually the genus name, and the genus has 50 plus species. Now, since the betta care videos and stuff have kind of been done so much. It would be like beating a dead horse to basically do a bad care video. So instead I'm going to be doing a little, kind of a bit of just a chit-chat discussion on my opinions of the betta and my history with the betta fish. So I first started keeping betta fish way back when I was in grade 5, and I kept them in a bowl, which I didn't find out was a big no-no until I was about 14 or 15 years old, just because I was misinformed about the care of this animal. And the more I've researched this animal, and the more I have gotten better at taking care of it, the more I've come to understand that this is a misunderstood fish, which is kind of unfortunate because it is a very, very beautiful animal. So the betta fish is the most misunderstood of all aquarium fish. There is no other fish that is more improperly kept and mistreated than the betta, or maybe the goldfish is the most misunderstood fish, but the betta fish takes the crown for the most mistreated tropical fish, which is unfortunate. A lot of times, and this video is mostly for newer fish keepers, the guys who are more advanced than me, they already know everything they need to know about bettas. They probably know how to take better care of bettas than I do, but the one thing is that because of the misinformity that goes around about this animal is that it causes a lot of miscare among new aquarists. So I would give some advice to starting aquarists or just young kids who want to keep a betta. If you're going to keep a betta fish, do not listen to the people at the pet store about how to take care of it. Instead, go on YouTube or go onto certain websites like seriouslyfish.com or any of the betta specialty sites, because there's a lot of good ones, and those sites will tell you how to take care of your betta extremely well. And that is going to be the first little chunk of this video. It was just to get that off my chest about the betta mistreatment that still occurs. So now I'm just going to do kind of my typical quick species profile of the betta fish. So I said that the betta fish, or the Siamese fine fish, is Betta splendens, is the scientific name, and no, it's not called a Chinese fine fish, or a Japanese fine fish, or a Chinese flying fish. Those are all names I've had people working at pet stores call these things. So this is a fish that is originally from Thailand. Now what you're looking at here is a cultivator. This means it is man-made. This form does not occur in the wild at all. The long-finned veal tails, the crown tails, the Dumbo ear, the Dumbo fins, all that, double tails, they do not occur in the wild. I will post a picture of the wild form of this fish at the end of the video. And one thing I also would talk about is that this fish does have some size variation depending on the quality of stock. So most of the ones that you're going to get are going to be between 2 and 3 inches, but the majority of those will fall in closer to 2 inches, like this guy here. He's about 2 1/4. And this size variation is probably due to the large amount of selective breeding that's been done. So you do have, every once in a while you'll find the individuals that grow 3 inches, not including the tail. But there are giant forms of this that have been created by selective breeding. There are some very, very giant forms actually. There's some that you can find that are well over 3 inches, some that are actually 5 inches, and those will cost you quite a bit. But when it comes to the betta fish's care, it's probably one of the easier fish to look after because they don't require a huge amount of space. This guy's in a 5-gallon, he's nice and comfy. As for their food, there's plenty of specialty foods like, of course, betta pellets and all that, which I'm out of. And I've instead been feeding them worms and fish flakes. So they can eat common fish food like fish flakes and brine shrimp and bloodworms, mosquito larvae, all that good stuff. Just make sure to give them a lot of protein. And the betta fish is a tropical fish. Don't let people misinform you and say it does need a heater. It does need a heater. I'm keeping mine at 26 degrees. Some people like keeping it higher at 28. or even if you're doing like a South American, well, not South American, a Southeast Asian specialty tank, keep it at 30 degrees. Because the Grammy family, which Betta belongs to, they tend to like the higher temperatures. Now, as for another misconception about the Betta fish is that it's not a community fish. This is somewhat disputed, but I think the Betta fish can be a great community fish. As you can tell by the one in here, he is in a community tank. He hasn't killed anybody. He's killed lots of snails though, but he hasn't killed any other fish. So this has been kind of just my quick discussion on Betta fish. I kind of did this video on the wing. I just wanted to get a video out. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.